Alright, we're going to take some groups and check to see if our sight is set right on this Mosin. This is a 9130 round receiver from 1936. This particular rifle is a beautiful example. Good bore. We're shooting off of bags today. This is the ammunition we're going to be using. This is from 1977. Not sure if we'll be able to focus in quite right on that, but there we go. 77. So we're going to pull a couple of groups and I'll show you how it turns out. Alright. I've already looked down the bore and kind of compared that to the sights. And it looks very, very close. We're just shooting at 25 yards here to start with, make sure we're on paper, see how she prints here. Hopefully we'll be able to take her out further pretty soon, depending on how this looks. But let's see what we can do. All good. "25 yards. I've got the sight set on 100 yards as well, 100 meters. More. Alright. I can tell we're low left, so let's go see what the group looks like. Alright, so we fired the first 5 rounds with the bayonet on. Firing at 25 yards, I hit slightly low, which doesn't really bother me. With a 100-yard sight setting, shooting only 25, I should be slightly low. But I'm also a good 1.5 inches or so left at 25 yards. That's going to equate out to, it may be a little bit less than 1.5 inches, but it's going to be 5 or 6 inches left at 100. So I'm wondering if it may be better actually with the bayonet removed. It's entirely possible that somebody zeroed this rifle since it saw military service, and they may very well have actually zeroed it without the bayonet. Whereas, if you don't know, they were generally sighted in with the bayonet attached, because that was the doctrine of the day, was if you're fighting, the bayonet's on the rifle, so we want the rifle zeroed with the bayonet attached. So, we're going to be shooting another 5 rounds with the bayonet off. Same ammunition, same distance, same sight setting, just with the bayonet removed. See what kind of difference that makes. We're going to go for the same point of aim, kind of a 6 o'clock hold on that center circle. her see what she did.
Alright, there's you guys a look at what the target looks like now. These I know, yeah, it was this, and then this flyer over here. These were my first 5 rounds with the bayonet on. Then we've got, I think that's 2 there. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 with the bayonet off. That's substantially better, both in group size and for location on target. Point of aim, point of impact correlate much better on this rifle with the bayonet taken off. And again, can't say for sure if that was always the case or if it's just been re-zeroed since it saw some military service. Either way, that's a much more satisfactory group. Part of that too, maybe just me learning the trigger a little bit better and and getting warmed up to it, but the group definitely shifted up much closer to point of aim. I'm going to shoot one more group, maybe just a 3-round group at one of these squares, and just kind of confirm what we're seeing there. But it looks like it is still slightly low left, but much closer.
Alright, well, we saw that without the bayonet attached, it's still slightly low and left, but much better than we had seen with it attached. And actually the group seemed to shrink down quite a bit. That could be me, could be the rifle. Actually just shoots better without the bayonet on it. I'm not sure, but we're going to do one more 3-round group at that top right square, 1 inch by 1 inch square, still at 25 yards, still the same sight settings. I still expect it to be low left, but I just want to confirm one more time exactly what I'm seeing here, and then we'll wrap it up for today. Alright, actually just real quick. Oh, that boy was beautiful. Uh-oh. Getting warm out here. Alright, let's go take a look. Alright, so we've got some silver tip ammunition out now. You're going to see how it compares. This is from factory 188, and I've got 1 round, so 75, and all the rest of my 9. Actually, I've got 10 rounds here, say 74. So I'm going to pick that top left square. Just going to see if the print seems better, grouping wise hopefully, but mainly looking for that point of impact, point of aim correlation. See what happens. I was much closer without the bayonet, so I'm going to start at least without the bayonet for this ammunition as well. everything's the same except the ammunition. Hopefully this is on the paper. Alright, let's see what she did.
Hey, we're shooting staples out. Mosin Nagant, how's about that? Made a friend too. Alright, so still 25 yards, everything all the same, with the exception that this is silver tip ammunition. So, still favoring left. Actually had 2 rounds come up a little bit higher this time. Similar grouping, I would say, which is to say pretty terrible. Hey, buddy. Pretty terrible for 25 yards. Again, this is a 1-inch square, so haven't measured any of these, but I'm going to go ahead and say it's around a 1.5-inch group at 25 yards. So you're looking at 6 MOA. Now, granted, that's with me shooting it. It's not in a vise or anything, but I typically don't have any problem shooting at least a 1 MOA group on my part. So, I'm not stoked about it, but I didn't really expect that much from Mosin Nagant anyway, from military surplus ammunition as well, especially. So, anyway, that's what we're seeing. That was my last 5 rounds with the silver tip. Still favoring left, really not substantially different than what I could tell with these 3 rounds. Again, there's 2 in this hole here and 1 up here. So, can't really see a substantial amount of difference between these 2 ammunitions at 25 yards. It really might start showing up at distance with, you know, whether the sight would correlate with it or not or whatever, but it doesn't look like a huge difference at 25.
Alright, so all the ammunition I've been shooting today, it's all been corrosive. It's been old military surplus. Some of it the silver tip, some of it just a light ball, but it's all been corrosive. So, we're going to go through a cleaning process on this, and I am by no means an expert on this, but this is my understanding of a good way to go about doing it. Used to Windex or some kind of ammonia base was recommended. That's since been disproven. Now people say just wash it out with water, get rid of as many of the salts, the corrosive salts as possible, and then just go through a regular cleaning process on it. So what I've got is just a syringe with just water in it. So I want to go from the bolt to bore direction, from receiver to the bore. I'd rather not wash down in my magazine well and down in my fire control group and everything. Rather not put water on that if I don't have to. So, I'll check my bore real quick. Put some nice bright shiny, no obstruction. I'm going to take this syringe and just spray water down through the barrel. Okay. Jug here. Hopefully I'm going to be able to draw from. Okay. And again. Okay. So I'm not getting too much water coming back into the receiver doing it this way. It's not going to be perfect, but I think it's probably better than if I just tried to pour directly from this jug in there. Splash back in the face. So if any of you guys have better methods, if you have a lot of experience cleaning Mosins specifically, or just any kind of firearms, corrosive salts, please leave it in the comment section and let me know, let other people know what you have found works best. Of course, if you're washing out with water like this, like I've seen recommended more than anything now, you do of course want to make sure that you're cleaning all the water out, drying it all out quickly thereafter. You don't want this water just to sit in here. So we're going to go through this just a couple more times, and then I'm going to actually take it in, start running some patches through it, dry the water out, kind of clean it with a brush, and then I'm going to run an oily patch through for rust prevention. Try to protect the board best we can. Okay. So looking down in there, it all looks phenomenal. We'll do it one more time while we've got everything out here. I really think we're in pretty good shape as is, though. Alright. I'm not even going to put the bolt back in the rifle. The bolt, I'll actually just wipe down, I think, and oil it lightly on the bolt face. I don't see any real reason to pour water down into it. But again, thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate your time. Hopefully this video has been helpful. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Again, if you have any more experience with cleaning corrosive salts out of firearms, whether it's a Mosin or an SKS or AK or whatever, leave that in the comments. Let us know how you do it, what you found, the good, bad, and ugly of different methods. It'd be a great resource. And if you have any experience with, honestly, if you have any experience with, are those groups pretty much what you've seen from your Mosin? Again, 25 yards. I'd be curious about that as well. That's plenty good enough to hit targets out, like a silhouette out 300-400 yards, no problem, as long as you know your sights. Be interesting to take it out at range, try it out a little bit. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. God bless.